Hi, I'm Michael Budney, CFP professional, and today I wanted to continue our discussion regarding all the fear and uncertainty being thrown about in the media, and more importantly, how we react. Now, whenever markets turn negative, my clients often ask, is this it? Should I get out of the market? Should I sell? So I'm going to talk a little about what you can do when emotions are high and your portfolio value is dropping. Recently, markets are seeing frequent surges of volatility, and that's stressful, especially if you're checking on your portfolio often and watching it take a beating. Could this volatility turn into a correction where markets drop 10% or more? Well, yes, absolutely it could. But should we panic and freak out? Definitely not. And here's a couple reasons why. First, volatility and corrections in the face of bad headlines are normal and occur regularly throughout our history. In fact, pullbacks of 5% happen about once a year. We can expect to see a serious 10% correction about every 18 months and a true bear market about once every 6 years. Now, these are just averages, but it's good to put into perspective. So here's the takeaway though. Just as quickly as markets drop, they will rise again. For example, we've learned that since 1974, the S&P 500 has historically gained 24% 1 year after the bottom of a market correction. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that the past can predict the future, but it can be a useful guide. Despite the common saying, history really rarely repeats itself, but it often rhymes. If you're not in the market when it moves back in a positive direction, you'll lose out on all those gains. I can hear you asking, well, Michael, I can get out before the bottom and then jump back in. If it were that easy, we'd all do it. No one knows where the bottom is until it's passed, and selling low risks missing out on the whole thing when markets turn around. So I'll end with this. Bad headlines sell. That's why we see them all the time. Just look old magazine covers from the 80s, 70s, 60s, and so forth. The reality behind the headlines is usually much more complex and cyclical. Market movements shouldn't be a reason to panic. The reason you pay a professional to look after your financial life is so you can share your worries and have someone help you take action when absolutely necessary, but stick to your well thought out financial plan the rest of the time. So, if you have a question about what's going on in the markets or about what you should be doing next, please just use the form below or the link in my bio to send me a message. I'll respond personally as soon as possible. Thanks, y'all.